Only one GMC gas engine is worth buying in 2026, and 3 are guaranteed to cost you a rebuild bill. Number 1 to avoid is under recall right now on 600,000 trucks. Something changed in 2025 that made this conversation unavoidable. NHTSA Campaign 25V274. 600,000 GMC trucks recalled. Connecting rod failures documented by GM itself. Accidents acknowledged. Injuries on file. The largest GMC gas engine recall in over a decade. And it covers the exact engine most buyers are walking onto dealer lots and ordering right now. That's just one of 3 engines you need to avoid in 2026. The other 2 have their own problems. One of them is the subject of an active federal class action lawsuit. The third is anemic for the work most GMC owners actually do with their trucks, and it carries the same lifter problem as its bigger siblings. This isn't speculation. It's not opinion. It's NHTSA data, court filings, and GM's own technical service bulletins. 3 engines to avoid, 1 engine worth buying. We start with the least catastrophic and work up to the recall. Then we close with the only gas engine that documented owners have taken past 400,000 miles on original internals. Avoid number 3, the 4.3-liter Ecotec 3V6. GM engine code LV3. 285 horsepower, 305 pound-feet of torque. Standard equipment on base trim GMC trucks from 2014 forward. Marketed as the fuel-efficient option for buyers who don't need a full V8. Here's the problem. It carries every architectural disadvantage of its V8 siblings without any of their power compensation. Active fuel management is built into this engine. Same lifter cycling system that destroys the 5.3 and the 6.2. Same locking pin mechanism, same wear pattern, same failure mode. The 4.3 sheds 2 cylinders under light load, running on a 4-cylinder configuration that further stresses the lifters relative to the engine's already modest output. Direct injection is part of the package. Fuel sprays into the combustion chamber, never washes the intake valves. Carbon buildup accumulates the same way it does on every Gen 5 GM engine. By 60 to 80,000 miles, the intake valves on a high-mileage 4.3 look like the inside of a wood-burning stove. Walnut blasting bills run $500 to $800 at a competent shop. The timing chain on the 4.3 has its own documented issue. Owner reports across multiple GMC forums show timing chain stretch beginning around 80 to 100,000 miles, earlier than the V8 versions of the same architecture. Stretch chain throws timing off, triggers check engine codes, and on severe cases jumps a tooth and bends valves. Repair runs $1,800 to $3,000 depending on shop. The real condemnation isn't even the failures, it's the work output. A GMC truck owner who buys the 4.3 is typically buying a base trim work truck, meaning they intend to use it. Towing capacity on the 4.3 cites at 7,000 pounds maximum. Real-world towing performance with that engine is anemic at best. Fuel economy under load drops dramatically as the engine works near its maximum output continuously. Owner forums are filled with reports from buyers who picked the 4.3 to save money on fuel and ended up with a truck that gets worse mileage under load than a 5.3 V8. The 4.3 Ecotec 3 carries every reliability problem of the GM V8 family with none of the power. Anemic for actual truck work, prone to early timing chain stretch, and saddled with the same AFM lifter time bomb as its bigger brothers. Avoid for any GMC buyer who actually plans to use the truck. The next engine on the avoid list is the most popular V8 in current GMC production, and it's the subject of an active federal class action. Avoid number 2, the 5.3-liter Gen 5 with DFM GM engine code L84. Standard issue on the bulk of 2019 and newer GMC trucks. The engine most current GMC buyers end up with by default, the replacement for the older Gen 4 5.3 that itself had AFM problems. GM engineered around AFM by introducing something worse: dynamic fuel management, DFM, where AFM cycled between 8 cylinders and 4 cylinders in 2 patterns. DFM cycles through 17 distinct cylinder deactivation patterns. The engine can run on 7 cylinders, 6 cylinders, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. selecting whatever pattern minimizes fuel consumption based on load demand at any given moment. The hardware that makes this possible is the same hydraulic locking lifter design that fails on AFM engines. Lock and unlock, hundreds of cycles per hour. The DFM system multiplies the cycling frequency dramatically because it's transitioning between cylinder counts far more aggressively than the simple 8 or 4 AFM logic. The result is a documented failure pattern that has now generated a federal class action lawsuit. Harrison versus General Motors, currently active in federal court, alleges that GM knowingly sold trucks with defective hydraulic lifters and replaced failed parts with the same defective design under warranty. The complaint covers GM V8 trucks from 2014 forward and includes documented cases of catastrophic engine failure under 9,000 miles. Brand new trucks under 15,000 miles. Engine destroyed. The repair cost when a DFM lifter collapses on a Gen 5 5.3. Heads off, all 16 lifters replaced because the rest are on borrowed time. New camshaft, oil system flushed of metal debris, full reassembly. $6,000 at the lower end. As high as $25,000 if the failure has scored cylinder walls or destroyed bearings before the truck made it to a shop. Direct injection is part of this engine too. Same carbon buildup pattern, same walnut blasting bills. The Gen 5 5.3 carries every single Gen 5 architectural problem stacked into one engine. The marketing on this engine claims fuel economy benefits. The official EPA combined ratings hover around 18 miles per gallon. Real-world data from owner forums tracks closer to 15.5 to 17 miles per gallon in mixed driving, well below the older Gen 3 5.3 operating without any of this complexity. The Gen 5 5.3 is the most failure-prone V8 GMC currently sells. Active federal class action. Documented failures under 15,000 miles. Repair bills running into 5 figures. Avoid this engine on any used or new GMC purchase in 2026. The pattern of failure on these engines is consistent across thousands of forum reports. The first symptom is a soft tick at idle that builds gradually as the lifter wears. Then, a check engine light with a misfire code on the affected cylinder. Then, engine performance degradation as the cylinder stops contributing. By the time most owners have the truck diagnosed, the failed lifter has already scored the camshaft lobe, turning a single lifter repair into a complete top-end rebuild. Owners who caught the tick early and acted within days reported repair costs at the lower end of the range. Owners who drove on it for weeks ended up with the worst-case bills. But the worst is still ahead. Number 1 on the avoid list is the engine GM itself just acknowledged is failing by issuing the largest gas engine recall in their recent history. If this is the kind of buying information you needed before you walked into a GMC dealer, hit subscribe and like this video. Helps more buyers see the data before they sign. Now the recall. Avoid number 1, the 6.2-liter L87 NHTSA Recall 25V274, 600,000 vehicles, issued April of 2025. Covers GMC trucks and Yukons from 2021 through 2024 equipped with the 6.2-liter L87 engine. The defect: manufacturing flaws in the connecting rods and crankshafts. The components were sourced from 2 suppliers, American Axle and Questum Macamex. The defect causes catastrophic engine failure while the vehicle is in motion, not at startup, not in a parking lot, while driving, at highway speeds and traffic with passengers on board. GM did not discover this in 2025. They opened their first investigation in 2022, closed it without action, opened a second investigation, closed it, opened a third, closed it, 3 federal investigations into the same defect, 3 closures without recall, while complaints accumulated in the NHTSA database. By the time GM finally issued the recall, the database held 28,102 complaints. Over 14,000 of those complaints involved engines losing power while moving, 12 accidents on record, 12 injuries acknowledged. And during the 3 years of internal investigation and closure, GM continued selling these trucks at an average transaction price of $65,233. The recommended remedy: GM's official fix for catastrophic connecting rod failure is, and this is documented in the recall paperwork, switching from 0W20 motor oil to 0W40 heavier oil. That's the remedy for defective rotating assembly components. Owners on every GMC forum have responded the same way. They're calling it a band-aid on a structural defect. For trucks where the heavier oil doesn't prevent the failure mode, which is most of them, the actual repair is engine replacement, not rebuild, replacement. Cost runs $15,000 to $25,000 depending on the shop and whether any peripheral damage occurred when the rod let go. The 6.2 L87 shares the same Gen 5 architecture as the Avoid No. 2 engine. Direct injection, variable cylinder management, same carbon buildup pattern, same potential lifter problems on top of the connecting rod recall. It is, by GM's own documentation and federal recall data, the highest failure rate gas engine in the current GMC production lineup. For any 2021 through 2024 GMC with this engine, NHTSA recall service is mandatory and free at any GM dealership. For anyone considering purchasing a used truck with the L87 engine, verify the recall has been performed and verify the dealer is providing a clean Carfax history showing the service. For anyone considering a new GMC purchase in 2026, the L87 engine is still in production with the manufacturing defect officially corrected as of June 2024. New trucks built after that date have updated components. Verify the engine production date. The risk on pre-correction inventory still on dealer lots is documented in federal. The 6.2 L87 is the only current GMC gas engine subject to an active federal recall covering 600,000 vehicles for catastrophic engine failure. 28,000 complaints, 12 injuries documented. Avoid any pre-correction unit. Verify recall completion on any used purchase. The most expensive engine to own in the GMC lineup right now. 3 engines avoided. Now, the one engine that documented owners have taken past 400,000 miles on original internals. The only GMC gas engine genuinely worth buying in 2026. The 5.3-liter LM7 Gen 3 LS architecture. Produced from 1999 through 2007 in GMC trucks. 270 horsepower, 315 pound-feet of torque. Modest numbers that hide the most documented long-mileage gas engine in the entire GM history. The LM7 is on this list as the only worth-buying gas engine because of one fundamental design fact. It predates every architectural problem on the Avoid list. Zero active fuel management. The system did not exist when this engine was designed. All 8 cylinders fire all the time, forever. No locking pins, no hydraulic cycling lifters, no deactivation hardware. The single most expensive failure mode on every modern GM V8 engine is simply absent from the LM7 by virtue of being built before the system existed. Zero dynamic fuel management. Same reason. The system did not exist. Cannot fail what is not present. Zero direct injection. The LM7 uses port fuel injection, the older system where injectors spray fuel into the intake runners ahead of the valves. Every combustion cycle, gasoline washes over the intake valves and carries away any deposit accumulation. The carbon buildup problem that defines Gen 5 engine ownership simply does not occur on a port-injected LM7. No walnut blasting required ever. Iron block, aluminum heads, cathedral port cylinder head design. The same fundamental architecture that powers the LS1 Corvette, the LS6, and the entire LS performance aftermarket world. Parts availability is effectively infinite. Any competent machine shop in North America can rebuild this engine. The aftermarket support is decades deep and growing. Documented owner mileage on LM7 engines runs into territory that modern GM V8 buyers don't see. Forum threads document trucks at 350,000, 400,000, and beyond on original bottom ends with nothing more aggressive than regular oil changes and a single timing chain replacement somewhere past 200,000 miles. Texas-based work fleet operators have logged 500,000 miles on individual LM7 trucks before retiring them. Engines still running at retirement. The transmission paired with the LM7 varies. The 4L60E was the standard pairing on most light-duty applications, a 4-speed automatic that's been in production long enough that rebuilds run $2,000 to $2,500 at any independent transmission shop. The 4L80E Heavy Duty was paired on some larger vehicle applications and is even more durable, with rebuild costs in a similar range. Both are mechanically straightforward, well-documented, and cheap to maintain across the truck's lifetime. The economics? In 2026, a used GMC truck with the LM753 runs roughly $5,000 to $12,000 on the private market, depending on mileage and condition. A complete used LM7 long block from a salvage yard runs $2,000 to $2,500, meaning even if the engine in your prospective truck is at the end of its life, dropping in a replacement engine costs less than 4 months of new GMC payments at current $65,000 transaction prices. For buyers willing to do moderate maintenance, oil changes on schedule, coolant flushes at the recommended interval, timing chain at the stretch threshold, the LM7 delivers cost per mile economics that no engine on the avoid list can approach. Initial purchase low, maintenance simple, failure modes well understood and inexpensive to address. Aftermarket and rebuild support permanent. There is one limitation. The LM7 is a Gen 3 engine produced from 1999 through 2007. Trucks equipped with it are now 18 to 26 years old. Body condition, frame integrity, transmission state, and accessory components all need separate evaluation when buying a used truck this age. The engine itself is the strongest component on the truck. The rest of the vehicle requires the standard used truck inspection process. The maintenance reality on a high-mileage LM7 is straightforward enough that most owners can do the work in their own driveway with basic hand tools. Oil changes every 5,000 miles with conventional 5W30. Coolant flush every 5 years with Dex Cool. Spark plugs every 100,000 miles using AC Delco Iridium. Single timing chain replacement somewhere past 200,000 if the chain shows stretch on inspection. There is no special programming required, no proprietary diagnostic equipment, no dealer-only service procedures. The engine was designed in an era when serviceability was a feature. The LM753 Gen 3 is the only GMC gas engine worth buying in 2026 because it predates every architectural problem on the avoid list. No AFM, no DFM, no direct injection. Iron block, documented past 400,000 miles on original internals. The engine that proves the failures on the rest of the lineup are not inherent to GM engineering. They're inherent to the systems GM bolted on after the Gen 3 was retired. 3 engines to avoid, 1 engine worth buying. The 4.3 Ecotec 3. Anemic for truck work and saddled with AFM. The Gen 553. At the center of an active federal class action over lifter failures running into 5-figure repair bills, and the recall, the 6.2 L87 on 600,000 trucks for catastrophic connecting rod failure with 12 documented injuries and GM's official fix of switching to heavier oil. Then the 1. The LM753. Gen 3 architecture. No AFM, no DFM, no direct injection. Documented owners past 400,000 miles on original internals. Remember the top, number 1 to avoid is under recall right now on 600,000 trucks. Now you know which trucks, which engine, and which one to buy instead. Go watch our video on the only 3 GMC engines that last 300,000 miles, or the one on why smart Americans are buying pre-2014 GMC trucks. Both stacked directly on what you just learned. See you in the next one.